Namaskar, my dear friend. Myself TP Gangwar once again welcome you in my YouTube channel DP Forensic Lab. Today I brought a video determination of the cell texture using hydrometer. Hydrometer is one of the best techniques for particle size analysis. This technique is merely used in agriculture, road construction and other areas. In forensic science, it is merely used. I have applied these techniques for forensic comparison of the cell samples in many cases successfully. The research paper on this technique I have published is available on the ResearchGate. You can read from them if you required. In today's video, I discussed on these techniques, although it is not possible to conclude all details about these techniques. However, I have tried to summarize the procedures for the determination of the particle size analysis for comparison of the soil samples. So you can get some idea and you can read further if you required, and you can apply this technique in the real cases. So what is a principle of this technique? Actually, hydrometer method is a method of sedimentation, and this is described in ASTM D422, and this is based on the Stokes law. So what is state Stokes law? Stokes law state the velocity of the particle is directly proportional to the square of the radius of a particle. So if the particle size which having the greater size or the large size has a more velocity with respect to the particle having the lower radius that have the lower velocity. So when we talk about the settlement, the sand settle first and clay or the silt settle later, because the particle radius of the sand is greater and the particles radius of this silt and clay is smaller. So this is a principle. And if we talk about the equipment required to apply this technique, here are the number is balance, hydrometer 152 is a specification. This is a special sort of device. One balance is required. Hydrometer method, one beaker or thermometer, sorry, a cylinder, and this is a beaker about the 500 ml. This is a 1000 ml. So these small type of the devices is required. One chemical is required, that is a sodium hexametaphosphate, NaPO3 or sodium silicate. This chemical is used as a dispersive agent because the cell particles are attached or adhesive to each other. So for the separation of this particle, suppose this particle is a sand particle and the another particle of a silt is adhere here. So this should be separate for the analysis. So this agent, sodium hexametaphosphate, will separate of this particle, this sand particle, and this is a clay particle. This will separate. So this is a work of this dispersive agent. Now, if we talk about the sample preparation or the analysis, about 1 kg soil should be taken. Remove the moisture first and then sieve by the 2 mm sieves, because the particle having the more than size the 2 mm, they are not come in the category of the sand. So that should be removed. It may be the stone, it may be the bricks or any other things, that should be remains. And then the solution of a sodium hexametaphosphate, this solution to be prepared by 50 gram sodium hexametaphosphate in the 1 liter and dissolve here. Then put the soil in this beaker and keep whole the night. Then stir this gently. You can take a glass rod for stirring up this very gently. Yeah. So this, the particles should be removed, and in second day this should be dropped in this 1 liter cylinder. You can close this upper mouth by just a palm of your hand and do the up and down of this cylinder so the mixture to be homogeneous. Then put this hydrometer method in this jar and take the reading time by time, keeping the stopwatch ready. And you have to take the reading. First reading you have to take 40 seconds, because in 40 seconds the sand is settled down. Sand settled down here. Only in the solution remains silt and clay. And from this reading you can calculate the percentage of the silt and clay in the solution using this formula, R 40 minus RB. RB is a reading of the blank. When the solution of the soil is not added, only the water is dropped here, and you have to take the reading by putting the hydrometer. So this is called the blank reading. First you have to take the blank reading, then first reading, second reading, you can say after the 40 seconds, and applying this formula you can measure the percentage of the silt and clay. Then you have to take the reading after 250 minutes. This is a minute, 240 minutes. Yeah, 240 minutes means 6 4 ja, about 4 hours. So after the 4 hours, only the clay is remaining here, and the silt is also settled down. So the percentage of clay came using this formula, and if you get the percentage of the clay and the silt, then the percentage of the sand can be calculated by subtracting from the 100 minus percentage of the clay plus silt plus clay. Then so you can now get the 3 component of this soil. Then you can apply this Tringer formula by fixing the nature of the soil. Suppose in this case I have calculated clay is equal to 32, silt is equal to 40, and sand is equal to 28, right? So anyway we can apply the formula. Sand is 28, so 28 come in the around the 30, just before the 30. So you have to follow this line. Now silt is about 40, so this is a 40, you have to follow this line, and this is equal to 28. Now sand 32, clay is 32, here is clay 32, just above the 30. So this point is come here in this region, clay loam. So the nature of the soil in this sample come the clay loam. In similar way you can fix the texture of the soil by calculating this percentage of this component for the other samples. You also take the reading by time, and you can calculate the other particle size also. Suppose sand also has a many subcategory, like a coarse silt, coarse sand, fine sand, etc. So you can take the reading further. So in this video I have tried to summarize of this techniques, because it is not possible to all things should be included in the single video, but I think this idea will help you for further reading to before application of this techniques. You can read further on this technique. Many literature is available on this technique. My research paper is also available, and in any case, for any training or lecture, you can contact to me at this address. So thank you. If you think this video is slightly informative, please subscribe my channel, give comment. Thank you.